I might just start calling that the Dice Cowl. And I have
Christ, lasted this long before I got called the Dice Cowl. That's what I would have been
a...
called.
Well, because in order to write out the aMAZEing cowl, it needs to have the correct capitalization. Otherwise, it doesn't work. What do you want? What you got?
What you got? How
What you
doing?
got?
So, welcome to the Northerners Podcast. We're two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is,
Diana.
I'm told it's episode 338.
Something like that.
My brain
So says my notes.
My brain says that's accurate. All right. It is a Saturday, not Sunday. It's late, not afternoon, and we both have things to do right after this. So, let's podcast.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into
Get her
it.
done.
Oh my god. Diana, do you want to let everybody know what we're going to cover this week?
Got what's in our cup, cool threads, woolly workings, and wool gathering.
Because we've reached that season. In my Nightmare Before Christmas mug, I'm enjoying a little crisp autumn morning tea from Tea Kettle. It's a little warm still, so I might drink more water than anything else while we record. But there is tea in my mug.
I decided I needed to finish some of the mostly empty tea tins in the cupboard, so I've been on a mission. So this is the very last little bit of the Earl Grey.
Okay.
In a lovely podcast mug. And I bravely just left the tea bag in here, and we'll see if it becomes undrinkable in half an hour.
Earl Grey can get a little morale.
It's starting to get a bit stiff, but you know what? It's fine.
I don't know if the microphone's picking you up, Talkie. Do you know what you need to do? Eat your kibble.
I do not hear Cat. She can podcast too. She can tell us all about her stuff.
Her woes.
Yes, her woes.
What?
I'm sure she needs to tell the internet about her woes.
The internet needs to understand she's on a diet.
Then she has many woes.
Takes forever. You don't need anything right now. Yes, I understand I've been on the computer for a while. It does not immediately equate to snacks.
Yes, it does.
I don't want you. Really don't want you, Bundy. This week, because it has been cool, I'm waiting for the cat to cause some sort of drama. I've been wearing I wore my V-neck, was it like deep V shirt, tee, sweater? Anyway, the V is supposed to be easy V. The V is supposed to be
I think it's the easy V.
No, that's the worsted weight sweater I made I gave you.
Is it?
Yes. That's the easy V. This is a different V-neck. Anyway, the V-neck's supposed to be in the back. I wear it in the front because that's where I like it. And I wore my Half Moon tee as well this week. Nothing fancy.
The notes just changed to V question mark.
It's not super changed. Like our highs are like 20 during the day, and our lows are like 13 to 9 at night. So like it's beautiful fall weather season. I swear, Kat, you don't need any food.
She wants your love and attention and adoration and worship and, cat stuff.
Bruises, little paw print bruises on body part. Because she decided to make an already squishy body part squishier.
Well, yeah, it wasn't squishy enough for her.
How in the world are they not squishy enough? I ask you this. All they are is giant fat cells. Come on now. I swear. Guys, I'm excited. We're at sweater weather season and I can start wearing my knits now. Now it's just a matter of waiting till we get down to like the 0-5 degree when I start pulling out those bulky cardigans I love to wear to run the garbage out.
Mm-hmm.
Because that lasts for a good long while.
You wore another thing at some point. How many things have we done this week? Because I definitely saw you wear 2 different knits this week.
Oh, it's entirely possible. I probably also wore my Simple Hug at some point this week too. But that's like saying I wore my Mallow cardigan. I wear my Mallow cardigan and my Simple Hug cardigan all the time. All the time.
I'm thinking of recording last time. Anyway.
sweet water.
I also got to wear knits this week. So yesterday on our fall cast on live, because from our perspective that was yesterday, even though that was like several weeks or days ago for you guys, because time is weird.
Diana struggles with the concept of time.
Yeah, I struggle at existing in the future.
Yes.
Anyway, I wore the Stego sweater, and it looks great on camera and in real life, and I'm very delighted that it exists, and I'm very happy with it. Even like I thought maybe the sleeves were too short, or I thought maybe I was sort of a cop out to crop it, but honestly, I love it cropped. And so far I've been pushing the sleeves up anyway because it's been just a touch too warm.
I mean, it's still a
for that
DK weight pullover.
Yeah, so I've been pushing the sleeves up, so it's been, you know what? It's been great. I love it so much. And I know there's some mistakes in the Stegos, and I don't care.
Somebody burnt dinner. We were talking about things other than the crop sweater. Do we have any other cool knits this week?
No, that's my only one so far.
Okay, fair. In which case, we're trying to keep it short and sweet. And heavens knows that's about to be derailed. Let's start talking about what we're working on.
I have
guys,
I
need to stash dive. I need to cast on.
Yes, you have a theoretical knit crochet.
I can't till we're done. It's driving me bonkers.
Okay, talk about your theoretical project that you're about to start.
We literally just did the fall equinox cast on. Just did. And I was gonna start a cardigan. And I swatched. And then I swatched some more. And then I realized the color's too dark. I can't see what I'm doing. So that pattern wasn't going to work with this gorgeous purple.
No, well, that's a problem.
That's a problem. So
this is why we swatch.
So knowing that, not the pattern's fault, I simply can't see the stitches in that dark of a color on a DK weight yarn to get the stitch pattern correct. And quite frankly, if I'm putting in that much effort, I want it to be correct.
Makes sense.
So doing that, I figured I would spend probably a good chunk of the Patreon e-knit today finding a pattern that would work, knowing now that I need something that's very simple and requires very little to no special stitches so that I can manage it right. And boy, we spent 3 hours looking. And what did I end up doing? I'm putting the purple yarn away and I'm starting a whole other thing. Which is not unusual for me.
As you do.
I probably would have slugged through some of the other patterns I looked at had I not had quite so much in my brain design-wise. Like if we weren't literally working through an MCal right now for January.
Yeah.
A number of the sweaters I ran across would have been perfect, but I know I don't have the space for it. I know I don't have the space for it. So I'm going to make the mushroom bucket bag crochet pattern. I'm making a bucket bag that looks like a mushroom house. A mushroom with a door and a window and a cap. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
It's really cute.
It is.
I'm very excited.
Adorable.
If I know you already got one request for one, but if I could put in a second request for if you were looking for a Christmas present or a birthday present.
Yeah, I could do that up for you for a present. Yes, that can happen. No idea what colors you'll get because I gotta go stash driving.
Colors are irrelevant. It's a mushroom house.
It's true.
That is a bag.
Hello.
Kitty.
The fire alarm is also not a reason to get a treat.
Sure it is.
Note to self, as soon as we're done podcasting, give the cat a snack. So, if it feels like I'm antsy and I'm pushing, because I'm antsy and I'm pushing, I need to start that immediately. However, I highly suspect I have yet more to talk about than you do.
No, I think we're matching after that.
We match after that? Sweet.
We're matching after that.
Do you want me to go one more time and then you go?
Sure. Go for it.
Do you remember that grab bag set that I'm making hat, mittens, and cowl out of?
Yes.
I Have a mitten.
That looks
That
so
mitten.
great.
Isn't that a
That
pretty mitten?
looks wonderful.
Isn't that a pretty
Love
mitten?
that.
Nice 3-inch cuff. Because I don't like the whole naked skin cuff gap coat thing.
Not into that. No.
Not
It's
into
too
that.
cold for that.
Too cold for
We don't
that.
got time for that.
So
That looks
this is
great.
the first mitten. I need to make the second mitten. But don't worry. I have a cast on edge.
Beautiful.
The second mitten has started. Don't worry about the yardage, guys. I broke the yarn into 50-gram balls down from the 100-gram balls so that I could keep a more accurate gram count as to what I'm working on where. So they, as yet not officially named set, it will be, I'm doing the mittens, hat, and cowl out of 5 DK weight skeins of yarn, but you absolutely could just do the mittens and a hat with 200-gram skeins of DK weight yarn. Like, totally doable if you didn't want 5 color stripes. I want 5 color stripes. So I did.
Any amount of stripes would look great.
Would look great. So I'm going to include complete gram weights for each item. That way you can decide how to break up the grams so you can decide what colors you want, right? So I did get the mitten finished, which is, pretty impressive. At least I think it's impressive. Could be wrong. I'm going to sneeze again. Your turn.
All right. I will start with the thing that I cast on yesterday from my perspective for the live stream. The aMAZEing Dice Cowl by Wyvern Knits. It's like a D&D / choose your own adventure. You roll dice to determine what charts you knit. And it's a mosaic knitting, and it's just really easy and soothing and addictive. And so I got through my first set of charts like this afternoon, and this is all I want to work on right now.
Work on it.
Like, if I had my way, I'd have a cowl by the end of Monday.
You could just do it.
It's so great. It's so great. I'm doing the version where you knit where you roll. For the size, there's 4 charts around, and so you roll a d6. That's a 6-sided die, to choose which chart for each. So you have 4 different charts around, which is a little annoying to flip through in a digital pattern because you have to flip around to all the different charts. But I've rolled for my next set of charts, and I rolled a lot of 4s. So I will be doing chart D, followed by chart D, shake things up with chart E, and then just for fun, we'll do chart D one more time.
Well, variety is the spice of life.
But I'm having a great deal of fun with this. And it's purple, and it's a great size. I don't want to pull it too wide because I don't want to pull it off the needles, but it's going to be about this size, which is going to be about perfect. Ooh, my headphone just dinged at me to tell me it's low battery. Let me put in my other headphone. And then I can tell you about the yarn that I'm using.
Okay.
From Fireweed Fiber Co. Because of course. So my main color, the light purple. These are both on a tweed base. This one is Do You Love My Insides from the Buffy colorway, or the Buffy Club this year.
Yeah.
And it's just a light purple with some darker purple speckles. Some like pink a little bit. And then a whole lot of little tweedy bits. Neps, if you will.
The official word.
And then my darker color is Bad Romance, which is largely dark purple with little bits of lighter pink and blue. I love the little speckles of blue in here. There's a good blue. Like, that blue. I love that blue.
I love the Sweet Romance colorway. It's so good. No, Bad Romance. I don't know why I keep
Bad Romance, yeah.
Bad Romance.
Because you have the Sweet Romance socks, which is the more pinker one.
Right. But I have Bad Romance too, so.
Yeah. And this one's Bad Romance, which is purple. Darker, because it's bad.
Oh my god, you crazy person.
So yeah, it's gonna look so good. It's such a fun pattern. I already want to make another one of these so I can do the bead option, because there's extra chaos rolls. It's labeled in the pattern as extra chaos rolls, so you can roll a d20 to add beads. And there's like You can add junk beads or treasure beads and like, yeah.
You're going to
So
be
I'm
making a second
already
one.
going to make another one.
Well, then
I
why
can
not
tell you
just,
that right now.
since that's what you want to work on, just work on that till it's done.
I have other things I have other secret knitting with deadlines and like, work knitting, and I have things with deadlines, so I can't work on this all the time, but
You make that your
we're
evening
having a
knitting. Do your
we're having a
daytime work knitting.
sci-fi double feature tonight, so lots of knitting time. I'm very excited. All right, that's this thing. I'm going to take it off now and mess up my hair again. Oh, and I got my hair stuck again, just like it.
How do you do that?
Why?
Yep. You're a classy
The
woman.
thumbnail.
You're a classy, classy woman.
Why? It's so stuck. Oh my god. Just carry on. I'll figure this out, I think. Maybe I won't. Okay. I'm a child. Carry on. Yeah,
So much drama for such a thing.
carry on. Good. Good. It's fine. Ow. Everything's fine. It's
You
fine.
ready? Are you ready? Are you
No.
sure?
Yeah.
You're
Go for
positive?
it. No.
Look what I finished this week.
Wow, that's a hat.
I told you it's been sitting in my head for months, guys. My head for months. So I did the hat. So the hat is done and already written up and ready for testing. It is a semi-slouch, and I did it as a semi-slouch for a reason. I like to wear my hair up. And when I do, I need that space the slouch gives me.
Yep.
And when I don't have my hair up and it's just in a braid down my back, I still kind of want that slouch so I can pull it down nice and snug over my ears. So I didn't do like a full super drapey early 2000s slouch. You could only just sort of tell you got a little bit of extra back there. Like you could tuck a small bun up in there, but if you have as much hair as I do, it's only half your hair is going up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the hat is done. Numbers are written. This one will have charts, and not so much charts as little check boxes for everyone to use because you are decreasing in pattern. And they're different numbers.
Okay.
Your color change number row rotation is different from your decrease rotation. So you have to keep track of both. And well, I did it. That's unfair. So I'm gonna make a little thing at the end of the pattern you can print off so you can just cross off your boxes as you go. Or use a row counter, like if you're a row counter user. But done. So I have one mitten and a cowl left to do, and I have to get them done this week. So wish me luck. I'm half done.
Good luck.
Oh, I'm gonna need it.
Break a leg?
Possibly that as well. I've got two other things.
I also have two other things.
Beautiful. Well, let's keep going then.
All right. I am on what is hopefully my last iteration of this health potion pattern that I've been working on. I think I finally got the size that I want.
Well,
I think this is going to be the right size because I like the roundness of. Grab it. I like the roundness of this big one that I've made, but it's kind of big.
It is kind of big.
So I'm making one of similar roundness, but it's smaller, which you absolutely can't tell when I hold them like this.
That's fine.
Trust me, it's smaller.
Oh my, it is smaller.
But everything else is going to be the same, and then I just have to figure out something nicer for the glass stopper. And I have ideas, and I mean, the whole glass stopper is going to be at most like 8 rounds, and it's not going to take long, so I need to do a few iterations of the glass stopper. And then I will finally have the whole pattern, which I then need to write up, which we were talking about how to do that today, and there is no how to, you just kind of do it. however you want, and that doesn't help because I like structure.
I know you do. Which is amazing given how often you will literally just ditch the pattern, not do as instructed, and you'd like figure it out on your own, get mad, and then go back and follow the instructions.
I only do that on mittens, okay? Only mittens. Anyway, so coming soon to a PDF and a YouTube near you.
Maybe.
Maybe. Soon is a very relative term. It might be like a whole month still.
Month.
Then
we've been promised things before. With maybes.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I promise nothing other than at some point it will happen. Because it needs to get out of my head, and it's not going to get out of my head until I get it out into the world, and then it can get out of my head. Because gosh darn, I'm very annoyed by how in my head this pattern is.
All right, where do you think I am with some of my pattern designs?
I understand things better now.
Get the occasional Discord.
I also,
why won't this pattern die?
I've also decided I need to make like a body pillow version of this and just get like giant blanket yarn and a really big hook and make like a body pillow version. Maybe not like a body pillow, but like
a beefy
like
one.
Couch cushions, like a pillow-sized one.
Yeah.
Like,
like
a big
the size
one.
Of my cheese poof.
Yeah. Big one, small one, some big head.
Yep. I knew you were going
You know?
there.
Yeah.
I do. I think I endorsed it. I think I endorsed this plan loudly.
I believe everybody endorsed this plan. And then I finally have an excuse to buy the blanket yarn that I never know what to do with.
Fair.
It's to make giant potion bottles.
Fair. Actually,
that one could theoretically stash giant dice in, because they're hollow.
You should stuff the pillow.
Well, obviously it'll be stuffed.
Yeah. Actually, the very first knitting project I ever did was a cowl on the blanket yarn. Big needles. I still have it. Because my God, do I love that in the depths of winter. Right? Go up there. Sit.
Up there with the other too much stuff that's up there. There's a shelf up there where I'm keeping stuff.
Okay.
So that it's at eye level and I see it every day and go, yep, I still need to do you.
Okay. Fair. Fair. Suppose it means it's me again. I am obviously not done a row.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm knitting while we record. Like a
As you do.
knitting fan person does. Every spare moment of the day. I'm crafting. Why? Because I set ridiculous personal goals. So I decided to get some DK weight Aran yarn in the colorway 32 and make my own Endless Summer Adventures Shawl and keep it. Under the theory that I really don't ever give away Aran yarn. I'm quite in love with this stuff. And it was a very Jocelyn-esque, Jocelyn
Ish. Esque.
I think esque is the one we want to go with. Colorway. Also not a surprise, me and Aaron kind of like the same colors. Not all the same colors, but we like a bunch of the same colors. So I cast it on with my 6mm needles, my own pattern, and I immediately started messing with it, because of course I did.
Well, it's your own pattern. Do what you want.
It is my own pattern. But I made this much progress this week, which isn't a ton, but I put a progress keeper in.
That's not nothing, though.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 rows. So we've got a little bit of growth. This is the thing I pick up when I have a spare moment or I need to ponder through a problem like a decrease section or how I want something to look for the MCal. I pick this up and work on it because that doesn't require any thought, even though I'm literally messing with my own pattern. So I continue to make very slow, steady progress on this one. I still really enjoy picking up this yarn. Just feels good, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And now I can move my progress keeper up. So that is a thing I work on literally in random moments. There's a cat right at my feet. Of course. However, That's it, guys. There's not really much to say about it. The shawl that I'm slowly making progress on.
I have a similar kind of project as my last one. As we record, I'm working on the Jolan Tru Socks, which are vanilla socks that were going to be for me and another for my dad, whose birthday is at the beginning of October. So I got to get these done by the beginning of October.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Well, there's 7 days left in October as it stands.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing them 2 at a time, so when they're done, they're done. And I can do one whole sock in a week. I have done in the past one whole sock. The very first time I made socks, I did one whole sock in a week.
It's completely
so I feel like
achievable.
It's very achievable for me to do one sock in a week.
Yes.
Now that I even know what I'm doing.
Especially now that you know
2
what
socks.
you're doing.
2 socks in a week. Might be a little dicey. But see, it's stuff like this that I can't work on the Dice Cowl as much as I would like to. Anyway, Jolan Tru is a sock set from Fireweed Fiber Co., the Star Trek club from last year. Right?
Absolutely.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah.
The mini was like a sky blue. And then the main color is like a steel gray with speckles of darker blue and little tiny bits of like a gold, a mustardy gold.
Mustardy gold?
A mustardy gold. Is that not what that is?
I'd
say it's mustardy gold.
Yeah, it's a mustardy gold.
Also, good grief, my nails look terrible and I didn't realize. Please disregard the atrocious state of my nails. Now that I've drawn attention to them. Anyway, that's where those are at, and I'm hoping to make a lot more progress on that this week.
I was like, you're not even halfway up a foot.
Nope. I am going to grab a progress keeper, though, because I didn't do that last week. So I don't actually know how much progress I made since last week. It could have been 4 rows. It could be like half an inch. I actually don't know. I'm going to grab a progress keeper.
I love progress keepers. They help keep me motivated.
Must grab one that is not inappropriate for camera.
Well, if you plan to show it on camera, yes. Obviously. Maybe that's why I finished my hat in a week, because it had an inappropriate stitch marker as its beginning of round marker.
I found a cute little flower.
Ooh, that'll work. Yeah.
We're going to stick a cute little flower in it. Which side is the front? Oh, it's this side. Look at that. Progress keeper. Deployed. No, I missed. Hang on. Deployed. No, I still missed. There we go. Got it.
Security officer, now. You are not.
I'm great. What are you talking about?
Guys, I have one thing left. Are you ready to see the thing I made the most amount of progress on?
Yes. What is it? What do you got?
In more air and fireweed fiber co yarn. Can you tell we're friends? And that we see
Northern Knits 10
all the time.
Northern Knits 10 on her website if you'd like 10% off your order.
Oh, and boy, would you ever. In more Star Trek colored yarn, the Borg colorway, we have more sweater. More sweater.
Oh, I love that color. I love that color so much. I have that color.
At just about the widest point the shoulders get. So I have my shoulders, so I got my front panel, my back panel, and my shoulders on here at this point, because it is a top-down raglan sweater. So it's at the point where the rows are getting so... I'm an hour a row on average right now. But this it's the it's the last increase chart. So like I am so close. So I just started it. But in my brain, I'm like right there. I'm not. I've still got like a million rows to go. But it feels like I'll be there, right? It's fine. But I made that much progress this week. Which is... I mean,
that's not bad.
A solid
for an hour a row.
2+ inches.
Oh, that color looks so good on camera. I love it.
It looks so good next to me too.
It does.
I'm very excited with this acid, sickly green, and dark greens. Yep. I am very happy I decided to make this into the another Wood Woes instead of having it be the Nightshade Society sweater. So I'm gonna have to find a yarn for the Nightshade Society sweater. But for the moment, a second Wood Woes was exactly what this needed to be. But that was when I made the most progress on in the evenings when I was knitting. The downside is past Jocelyn started a row. Now future Jocelyn's gonna have to count to figure out whether or not she's increasing or not.
Oh dear.
Woohoo!
Ask Jocelyn, why would you do that?
I suspect I was working on it Thursday night and then put it down and said I'll come back to it and never actually came back to it.
I mean, that tracks.
That sounds normal for my operating procedure manual. But that's it. That's all I've got for projects that I can talk about anyway. Those
Yeah, same.
dreaded non-talkables.
I know. I did like so much work on things I can't talk about, which is why it looks like I didn't do anything because I did so much on things I can't talk about.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to
It's very frustrating.
Welcome to the designing life.
Huh.
Ugh.
Huh.
Ooh, I forgot to look up a word of the day for me. Let's do that.
I need a word. How am I supposed to do the unscripted Patreon ad if I don't have a word?
I've seen you do the unscripted Patreon ad. Sometimes I don't think a word helps.
I mean, it absolutely does not. It makes it harder.
Jeebus, what's happening?
For whatever reason, my brain just wanted to go once upon a time.
Once upon a time.
One fine day in the middle of the night, two dead boys got up to fight. Back to back, they faced each other, drew their swords, and shot each other. The deaf policeman heard the noise and came and shot the two dead boys. If you don't believe this lie is true, ask the blind man. He saw it too. There's your random bit of poetry for the day. Don't know why that's rattling around my brain.
Do you feel better?
I do, actually.
Okay.
Okay, for real now.
For everybody watching, that's right. I just ignore her when the poetry slams hit and wait. She just has to get it out of her system.
No, there's weird things rattling around my brain and they just have to get out.
That's fine.
If for some reason you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you may do so at patreon.com/northernitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we are active at all hours of the day and the night, discussing the nature of yarn and our stashes and whether they need to be enhanced, and the answer is always yes. Because we are professional enablers.
You really are.
And we always like to add things to our favorites bundles and be enticed into spending more money than we really need to on yarn and patterns and pretty things because we like pretty things.
I mean, yes. Yes. Absolutely. Oh my god. As always, we super understand that budgets are a real life thing. You can't financially support us. Liking, subscribing, commenting here on YouTube, and interacting with us on other social media platforms is a great way to show us what you're working on and to let us know who you are, because sometimes it's just voices in the dark.
It's cool to know that there's real humans watching or listening.
It's quite delightful.
It's so fun to realize you're real humans. It's cool.
It's also weird. It's weird and cool all at the same time.
Yes. Yeah.
The Fall Equinox Cowl has just started. It's a craft with us. They pick up any item or project that you want to work on that for you represents the fall season and celebrate the turning of the wheel with us. So this is the last seasonal cowl because we don't run one at Christmas time. Which is weird because we're always like, we're too busy, and what are we going to do this Christmas? We're going to run a Grinch look. Because of course we are.
Well, yeah.
Of course we are, because that's the kind of humans we are.
Well,
it's fine. It's fine. We don't have a ton else on the plates right now, mostly because it's the last quarter of the year. We find people tend to be busy. We tend to be busy, and things are happening. The last Patreon e-knitting was literally earlier today from our perspective, so this past Saturday for everybody else. And this coming Sunday, Actually, this coming weekend, we're live both days. So this coming
Yeah.
Saturday, we will be live for Whip Sprints. And then literally the next day, we will be live for the monthly live.
Yep.
Crazy.
I think this month for the whip sprints, I'm just going to see how many of the little triceratops I can churn out.
Sure.
Because I've been showing them to people, and basically everybody I know has gone, I want one. So I need to make one for like everybody I know for Christmas.
Sure. Where are my mittens? Yeah,
In a
that's
box.
right.
In a box.
I thought so.
Yeah. In a box. With the other things that I forget about somewhat on purpose. So they can't judge me.
I'm pretty sure for whip sprints, I'm gonna be working on the things that I want to work on that aren't work knitting. By Saturday.
Yeah, or that. I was also thinking I've got this repair box over here that's getting a little beefier than I'd like.
Yeah, there's always things to do. So hopefully everyone can join us. It'll be delightful if you can. And you know what? It's on YouTube, so if you can't, you can watch it later, which is the joy of it. Yes, I like it. I like that you have that option. Okay, Diana needs to go eat pizza. I need to go make some dinner because she's got a double feature and I've got D&D.
We have nights of nerding to get to.
Nerding to get to. So I am going to say until Saturday, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to
knit.